sneak peekers!
I'm Caroline.
And I'm Maddie. We got a great show lined up for you today. First, we'll get a ranking of the best and worst presentations from CinemaCon last week.
Then, Oku is going to debate what TV show truly had the worst series finale.
To lighten things up, we'll then fight tooth and nail to determine which Glee performance was the best.
And to finish things off, in light of the Artemis 2 crew's return to Earth, we'll discuss some space expedition movies. You won't want to miss this. Kicking it back off today, we bring back a discussion of mergers and acquisitions.
Oh no, what pillar of the entertainment industry just got consumed by a tech company?
Cesspit of far-right talking points and conspiracy theories. The difference is up to you. InfoWars was finally acquired by the satirical news account The Onion.
Having been sued by the parents of Sandy Hook victims in 2018, Alex Jones was found liable of defamation in court in 2021 and now forced to pay more than $1 billion in reparations.
In a desperate scramble for money, Jones has filed bankruptcy and liquidated as many of his assets as possible, including placing the InfoWars assets up for a bid in 2024, which resulted in The Onion, famous for its satirizing of conservative figureheads and rhetoric, being named as the winning bidder.
Though appealing the decision, Jones' attempts to reverse the decision here have proved fruitless, resulting in The Onion being rewarded an exclusive temporary license to post its content onto the InfoWars website and accounts.
In other news, Michael, the biopic following the early years of pop icon Michael Jackson, has debuted with an aggregate 27% on Rotten Tomatoes.
The film, muddled with public concern as to how it would tackle the star's troubled legacy, follows Michael's life from his formative years in Indiana, through his years day in Motown, through the Jackson 5, and pettering out near the release of his album Bad, circumventing his choppier latter years muddled with controversy after controversy, which have all been covered with alleged lies since his death in 2009.
An obvious choice for what is considered a by-the-numbers biopic, and thus, the film is nothing more than that, by the numbers and safe.
As for our weekly recommendation, we encourage everyone to go out and see Lee Cronin's The Mummy.
It's not often that the director feels called to include their name in the title of a movie, but we assume it means the movie is good enough to warrant it.
It's gory, it's scary, and it's the perfect follow-up to Evil Dead Rise.
I'm really liking these classic monster revivals. Did you hear about Robert Eggers' Werewolf at CinemaCon?
I guess I was actually the inspiration for it. I was wondering if you wanted to talk to me.
You're a werewolf?
Yeah. Is there a radiator you can chain me to? I think the moon's out full tonight.
Yes, as is every night. Well, on the topic of CinemaCon, Gavin wants to give us his ranking of the best and worst presentations.
Take it away. Ow!
Hey sneak peekers, my name is Gavin, and if you're anything like me, then you might have also tried, and failed, to sneak into Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas last week to catch a glimpse of the largest film industry trade show in the country, CinemaCon. For the past 15 years, CinemaCon has served as the major Hollywood studio's first opportunity to present their upcoming slate of films to members of all facets of the entertainment industry, including distributors, marketers, exhibitors, and more. With that being said, CinemaCon is one of the most important opportunities that Hollywood studios have to get key members of the distribution end of the industry excited about screening and promoting their projects. As a result, the quality of a studio's CinemaCon appearance can set the tone for the rest of its year. So today, I'll be ranking this year's presentations from the 5 big major Hollywood studios: Disney, Universal, Warner Bros., Paramount, and Sony, to predict how the year may pan out for them. Coming in at dead last this year was Disney. The films featured this year reflected more or less the same attitude that Disney has embraced for years now. Sequels, sequels, sequels. You'll see later that no studio is innocent in this, but Disney's presentation especially seemed more focused on rehashing safe bet hits rather than putting out anything genuinely exciting. The studio revealed new footage from films like The Devil Wears Prada 2, Toy Story 5, and the live-action remake of Moana, all of which had me asking, who's asking for this? The studio's presentation ended with their ace in the hole for 2026, Avengers Doomsday. Despite revealing footage that generated plenty of anticipation online, Disney's presentation felt undercut by news of Disney's plans to lay off over 1,000 of their employees, including nearly the entire visual design team at Marvel Studios. Following this news, the decision to focus on the likely success of Avengers felt a little out of touch. In fourth place ranks Paramount, the studio with the most to prove this year, considering its pending acquisition of Warner Bros. As of this week, an open letter signed by prominent members of the entertainment industry in opposition to the merger has reached over 2,000 signatures, with congressional antitrust pressure heating up as well. As a result, Paramount's new CEO, David Ellison, opened the studio's presentation himself by surprise, committing to a 45-day exclusive theatrical window for releases and promising investors 30 films released per year upon the successful purchase of Warner Bros. While the statements from Ellison may have reassured some wary of the merger, Ellison's statements largely already echoed promises that had been expressed by the company, with little assurance toward those who fear further monopolization in Hollywood. Paramount's slate of films ranged from IP cash-ins, such as a new Call of Duty film written by Taylor Sheridan, to sequels like Top Gun 3 and Scary Movie. And that's not even mentioning whatever the hell's going on with Ty West's new Christmas Carol starring Johnny Depp. However, the studio ended its presentation by showcasing footage from director Gina Prince Bythewood's new film, Children of Blood and Bone, adapted from the young adult novel of the same name. Considering the novel's popularity and the disappearance of young adult blockbusters like Harry Potter and The Hunger Games, I think there's a safe bet that this film, and Top Gun 3, could prove to be major hits for the studio. In third place, we have Universal, whose presentation can largely be summed up as just okay. Unlike Disney or Paramount, Universal had much less at stake with its presentation, although the lineup of projects showcased left much to be desired. The studio seems to be primarily absorbed with marketing Christopher Nolan's adaptation of The Odyssey. Following the success of Oppenheimer back in 2023, it's undeniable that Nolan's Odyssey will likely prove to be one of the studio's largest releases, and the studio clearly went in intending to get exhibitors excited about this film, which proved seemingly successful. Universal also unveiled a new trailer for the new Meet the Parents sequel, Focker-in-Law, starring Ariana Grande. While a fourth Focker film feels a bit unnecessary, Grande's appearances on SNL have proven that she has a strong sense of comedic timing, and I think that her inclusion in the film might make for something worth watching. Though not every project shared seems like a hit. The studio dedicated the opening of their presentation to discuss an upcoming Snoop Dogg biopic starring Jonathan Davis from Outer Banks, which seems like it probably should have happened 20 years ago. But I'll admit, I can't wait to find out who's playing Martha Stewart. Coming in at second place, we have Sony Pictures. As the first studio to present last Monday, Sony set the tone for the convention. Right out the gate, CEO Tim Rothman discussed the long-term health of the industry by calling upon exhibitors to enforce wider release windows, lower cost of admission, and reduce advertising before films. According to sources in attendance, exhibitors seemed to take the sentiment well, while Sony, of course, delivered on mounting hype for Spider-Man, showcasing footage from both Spider-Man Brand New Day and Beyond the Spider-Verse. They also showcased footage from The Social Reckoning and Zach Cregger's Resident Evil, both of which I'm very excited to see. Overall, while it seems like there's nothing revolutionary about Sony's slate, their commitment to sparking dialogue with theater owners feels like more of a step in the right direction than other promises being made by competing studios. But the champion of this year was clearly Warner Bros., who revealed new footage from several major upcoming releases, including Supergirl and Clayface, Alejandro Inarritu's Digger, and the opening sequence of Dune Part 3. The studio also announced a new film by Sean Baker intended to spearhead a new specialty label focused on indie features called Warner Bros. Clockwork. Across nearly all of the films presented, both IP and original, there seemed to be a tremendous anticipation from both audiences and exhibitors, proving exactly why everyone in Hollywood seems to want control of this studio. It seems that Warner Bros. Is continuing to grow a strong portfolio of films, which, as Sony's presentation made clear, is the #1 responsibility of these studios to keep theaters alive. Who do you think won CinemaCon? If you have a different ranking, let us know in the comments or on Instagram at Sneak Peek TV. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break.
I don't know. What does that stand for again?
Television.
Oh, yeah. No. I haven't been watching any TV as of late. I'm really into YouTube Shorts, you know, Mr. Beast. What else? No, yeah, Mr. Beast.
Cool. Yeah. Well, I was just asking because I've still been seeing stuff about how bad the Stranger Things finale was.
Boring.
Okay, well, Rosie's here to talk about other TV show finales that may have missed their mark in the series finale. Take it away.
Last fall, I decided to join an unknown group of 46 million Americans and finally watch this small show you probably haven't heard of called Game of Thrones. After 3 months of sobbing over 6-foot-tall dogs, laughing over a 17-year-old boy dying, and developing a new celebrity crush on Kit Harington, I finally finished the series. Now, let me tell y'all, that last season was in fact as terrible as those 46 million people said it would be. Surprise, surprise. But why was that the case? And are there other shows which haven't quite stuck the landing? Well, I asked some of my fellow sneak peekers, and let's just say they gave me their peace of mind. So, may I present to you the worst TV finales of the last decade. This isn't a Watch Mojo video, by the way, so these aren't in order or anything. Coming in at number 3, Sex Education. Now, this first one is one of the many victims of the pandemic. COVID doubled the wait from seasons 3 to 4, disrupting the rhythms of the show the first few seasons absolutely nailed. It was extremely quirky, hilarious, inclusive, and all the characters are just so lovable. On top of that, it's one of those shows that cranks out the new It girls. Both Emma Mackey and Ncuti Gatwa were in Barbie, with Ncuti being cast as the 15th Doctor in Doctor Who. Besides the star power the show has on its hands, it was always great at tackling real-life teenage conundrums. At the show's core, it is sex education. Yet, that final season took the life out of all the characters and instead pivoted to highlighting the struggles of its side characters. Entire episodes were focused on someone we were introduced to in the episode before, and let me tell you, I could not care less. On top of that, the show ended with the main couple breaking up La La Land style. 4 seasons of build-up for that? Bad. Next up, number 2. That's right, this show's ending was absolute poop. I never want to look at the finale of this show, actually, the whole last season of this show, ever again. Say it with me now, Stranger Things. I don't even know where to begin. Oh, did someone say Holly Wheeler? When you give me a whole episode on a side character who never spoke more than one word the entire show, Mommy, I don't care. Not only did I not care, but my heart was in pain while watching her scenes. The cringe was through the roof. Speaking of cringe, every time these characters came up with a solution to a problem, why do they have to give a step-by-step YouTube tutorial with their squad of 80 people? As for the finale, wait, you know what? It's probably not worth my time to rant about this. I've got better things. Game of Thrones Season 8. That's right, the #1 worst TV ending of the last decade. Why is this the worst? Well, because the rest of the show was the best. Man, this show had me so engaged. I was an absolute pro on the geopolitics of Westeros and the military strategies of these little houses and their little families. But, like the wall in Season 7, it all came crashing down. First of all, the Night King. You're telling me that this guy who was building his army of thousands of White Walkers for 7 seasons couldn't be protected from a knife? On top of that, we've got Jon and Daenerys' little thing happening just for it to be revealed that it's incest? Don't even get me started on Jaime's betrayal. You know, all of these events have one thing in common. They make 0 sense. A show could be bad, like Stranger Things, if you make a world way bigger than it needs to, so you have to end it in a really bad way. A show could be bad, like Sex Education, where you absolutely destroy fans' hearts by writing a breakup between characters. Or you could make a show bad, like Game of Thrones, where real people rename their actual daughters because they absolutely ruined a character everybody loved. Bad. Whew, that was a lot of bad TV finales. Do you think I missed any? I definitely did. Well, please let me know on Instagram, @SneakPeekTV. I need to go calm down now.
Wow, I mean, I thought Stranger Things ended badly, but a lot of those other shows should make it look... No, it was pretty bad.
Yeah, I miss the old television, when the shows ended good and we didn't have to create better endings for the writers online.
You know, I've been thinking about an older show recently that...
I think I know what you're gonna say. 50 streamers fight for $1 million, uploaded by Mr. Beast on April 4th, 2026?
Close. I was actually thinking about Glee.
Oh yeah, I know that one.
And since I'm thinking so much about it, we have a group of sneak peekers here eager to determine which performance from the show's 6-year run is the most memorable. Take it away.
Yeah, we have 4 minutes, guys. We only got 4 minutes.
Save the world.
We only got 4 minutes to save the world.
No hesitating.
No hesitating.
3 minutes? We got 3 minutes to save the world? Okay.
3 minutes to save the
How do
world.
we want to do this?
I'll go first.
Wait, let's say we pull out 2 and then we X out 1 for which is not gonna win.
Okay.
Wait.
Don't speak versus somewhere only we know.
Somewhere only we know.
This one is going?
Wait,
Yes.
what?
Okay,
no.
no. This one is...
Don't speak.
Okay.
You're the one we're trying
Oh my
to
god,
I That's scary because I was
and now
one
we're
who put
doing
this.
Love Shack versus Smooth Criminal.
Smooth Criminal needs to stay.
I love
So-
the Love Shack, but it's fine.
Yeah,
I would say Smooth Criminal is way more iconic.
Yes.
Whatever,
Oh my god.
whatever.
You have
Cross Love
Grant
Shack.
Gustin and Naya
So
Rivera. Are
we have
kidding?
all season 3 nationals and Creep.
So
I'm picking
I'm picking
freaking season
nationals.
3.
Yeah.
As
take
much
it
as
out.
Creep is a great.
Wait, which
Yeah.
one's out?
Creep.
I Peter.
Now we have cough syrup against Forget You.
Cough
Cough
syrup
syrup.
wins.
It's
It
like
doesn't
a
matter what's in
moment
the other
in
category.
Changed my life. I'm not
So
kidding.
Forget You is out. Brooke, we don't have time for this.
Sorry, I'm disappointed.
Oh, we have Valerie against Telephone.
Valerie.
Valerie
Valerie.
wins. Valerie
I'm
wins.
Valerie.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who did
That was
this?
my top.
I
Okay.
did not endorse.
Survive
I
or
will
the scientist?
No,
I'm gonna say this one stays.
Survive.
That's
Guys.
it stays.
Yeah.
It stays. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I was just
Okay,
thinking-
guys.
Okay, the scientist.
I think
sorry,
I see
you're
y'all
out.
don't have a lot of taste, but it's fine. I forgive y'all.
No, a survivor.
Okay.
Survivor is so key.
Blame it on the alcohol and let's have a kiki. Why is it here?
That was Gabby.
it out.
Cross it, let's have a kiki.
Okay,
It was
we're not having
Let's
a
have a
kiki
kiki.
here.
I want to have a kiki.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
not
choose
my
that
boyfriend or Bohemian. Oh.
or 4 minutes. It's gonna be a 3-way.
I don't think this is much of a performance though.
Wait, we have
Yeah,
this one.
no.
Paradise.
It's a good
by
song.
the
But this is like
Dashboard Light.
National Season
the same
3. It's the same thing.
Wait, Paradise by the Dashboard Light or Bohemian Rhapsody?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
No,
Yeah.
Okay,
But
because
National
this
Season
is already
3
included in
stays.
here.
So this is like out naturally, so we don't have to make this choice right now. Okay,
Okay,
cross.
okay. So
Let's
we're
go
gonna-
with-
4 minutes.
I like 4 minutes more than American
Yeah.
Me too.
Me
Yeah,
too.
me too. It's more
Okay.
iconic.
Bohemian Rhapsody, someone only we know.
Bohemian Rhapsody
goes.
Goes?
Goes.
Goes.
Okay, okay.
Wait, no.
Well, too late.
Okay.
Well,
Smooth Criminal, Valerie, which one's gone? I'm gonna say Valerie's gone.
Valerie gone.
no, Criminal's gone.
Survive or 4 minutes. 4 minutes stays.
So y'all-
No, 4 minutes
Four
stays.
minutes
4 minutes
stays.
stays.
Four minutes
Survive
stays.
dies.
You
I can't do it. I can't do it. You do it. You do it. You do it.
You
30
got
seconds.
Blame it on the
or
alcohol.
somewhere.
So cough syrup.
No, cough syrup
Cough
stays.
syrup. Cough syrup.
Let's do 4 minutes cough syrup.
4 minutes.
4 minutes.
Oh, my cough syrup.
Smooth Criminal or All Season 3.
All season.
Smooth Criminal
All
wins.
season
Win?
3. All
All
season
wins.
3.
Season
She's
3
gone.
wins. And
that was
Gabby's
okay.
vote counts for 2 because she's the
Okay.
same.
Thank you.
So
Valerie
everyone, we
should
know
have
4
stayed.
minutes.
4
4
minutes.
minutes.
4 minutes. 4 minutes.
So it's 4 minutes versus All Season 3.
4
4
minutes.
minutes.
wins.
4 minutes win?
Guys, you have a curse.
Okay, guys, 4 minutes. That's the best Glee performance.
Bro, they
That
have
one.
the whole band.
That's
You
4
have
minutes.
Mercedes.
I disagree.
Didn't we cross all of
I
them?
disagree. This is slander.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, y'all.
Okay,
This
so
was very
it
quick.
was very chaotic, but Gabby, do you have any final words?
Season 3 should have won.
Well, that's kind of like true,
No.
but
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna be.
that's also
So what
good.
happened to
Alright,
I had 2
guys.
votes.
Thanks. See you.
But
All
you
three
used
of us
2
vote.
votes for All Seasons winning against Smooth Criminal, and I think that was a more important battle than this one.
4 minutes wins.
But
okay.
this
okay.
one,
Thank you. Good
thank
to see
you,
you guys.
thank you, Mercedes. Thanks, Kurt.
The school year is winding down and everyone's gearing up for finals. How are things looking for you, Caroline?
Not good, man. I just took a vacation, so I'm really trying to catch up on the whole school thing.
That's fun though. Where did you go?
This place called the Moon. I went around the moon. It took like 10 days.
Like the Artemis 2 mission?
I think so. I don't know. The whole time I was just thinking about how Star Wars was so much cooler, and they didn't really make it accurate to the movies.
Space didn't look like how it looked in Star Wars?
Yeah, if you've seen Star Wars, you're not missing out on much.
Interesting. Why don't we hear from some sneak peekers about movies to watch so you can vicariously go to space?
Okay, it's not that cool though. Take it away, I guess.
Okay, before we start, I have a couple of points on that Star Wars thing. Star Wars is the reason I care about space, so actually, I think it's pretty good.
Sometimes you're forced to say things that are not within your.
True.
Speaking of which, hi guys. Hey sneak peekers. Because of Artemis 2's mission, which was so legendary and cool, we bought some of our favorite space movies today.
Yes.
So, who wants to go first? Oh, okay. The space movie I brought to the table is 2001: A Space Odyssey. Obviously, iconic. Dare I say, was probably the first space expedition movie.
Nah.
I feel like it was the blueprint for a lot
Space
of other-
Jam.
Is that a space
Wait,
expedition?
so
Did we watch the same space?
Did we watch the same- I believe there were some parameters to this. That
right. Don't worry, that's not my movie, guys. I'm just jumping the gun. I promise.
I mean, I'm happy to pivot, but yeah, it's just. I feel like it's still super relevant today. I watched it fairly recently, and like the dialogue with Hal is very ChatGPT coded. So yeah, that's my argument for 2001.
I can go next. I'm gonna be basic and say Interstellar, and then special mention for Star Wars, the entire preliminary 6 movies at least. But I think Interstellar specifically, obviously it's a fan favorite, I think, with a lot of people. But I do think in terms of how correlated it is to actual space research, Christopher Nolan did do a lot of work with actual physicists and space people. I never said I was a space expert. I'm a film major, but I did watch YouTube videos about him kind of discussing the process of how they can make like the black hole and like the diagrams as close to fake reality as possible. So that's my initial argument, I guess. But yeah.
Is this a debate? Are we
No,
fighting each other?
I think we're all just very happy to be here. We're celebrating humans, guys.
This is my argument. To be fair, I set that precedent.
I mean, talking about celebrations of humanity, let's talk about Michael Bay's Armageddon, which I would wager to say is a great space exploration movie. What's up?
Oh, I have different opinions on that one.
Oh wait,
so.
yeah, no, I'm willing to listen.
Oh, I just think that if you watch it, you would get what I mean.
Yeah.
So
and don't understand.
I think it's a good space movie in terms of like accuracy. And
I'm not here for accuracy.
Yeah.
I'm here for Michael Bay.
True.
Yeah.
If you like Transformers, go for it.
I could talk about
like it.
Transformers for another like hour
That's
if we
a
had
different
time.
panel, though. Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
What about you, Caroline?
Because like the first woman to go to the moon, I chose Hidden Figures, which they don't go to space in that movie, but I think like it's so interesting if you're very into like the NASA system and how it works, and just like highlighting like all of these people who didn't get recognized and still kind of don't get recognized. And I think it's like a really good movie. And I watched a clip of the female astronaut whose name I'm unfortunately forgetting, and she went in space. She said all of their names of the 3 leading ladies, and I was like, look, they made it to space.
I know.
They made it.
Speaking of which, I'm blanking on the name too, but I what's her first name? Christine Koch. I remember her last name is Koch or something. But much love to her, because seeing all of her posts about everything, it was super inspirational for us women down here on Earth. But kind of getting back on track with Interstellar, I guess. I think the one reason it stuck with me, besides it being a good movie in terms of like the science of it all, I think that's one movie I actually questioned a lot of things after the fact. And obviously in the end, spoiler alert, it came out a long time ago. If you guys didn't watch it at this point, it's not my fault. But essentially, like at the end, it's all about love, right? Like the solution to all of the science is love, which is super sweet, but also at the same time, all the math that was on the chalkboards in all of the scenes were actual mathematic equations that they mapped out, which I think was really cool that they took the effort to take that extra step and actually figure out what, even if it's I'm blanking on the word, guys, I'm a film major, I haven't done physics in like 3 years. Even though it's not necessarily real, it's theoretical physics that they did, and I think that's really cool that they took the time and effort to do that. I'm sure many science movies take the effort because it's something that the director usually typically enjoys, and probably why they did that movie in the first place. But also the math of how the time conversions happen at different planets. I think it was really cool that they made that part of Easter eggs of the movie when it came to them landing on the planet that had the water, where their spaceship got like destroyed. Each second counted as how many ever X years, and I think like them having that time effect of the tick tick sound was really cool. 7 years. Yes, a very reliable source said 7 years per tick. Things like that I think are really cool Easter eggs for a movie that's so rewatchable, and it tickles the brain for a person who used to come from a more studious background, I guess. But yeah. That's all I gotta say. I'll shut up.
Can we talk about bad space movies for a second?
Oh.
Ooh.
Armageddon.
Because
Yeah.
Was it
No,
Martian?
no.
Or,
Caroline reminded me of a movie.
or Galaxy?
Yeah,
What's that
yeah.
one?
Ad Astra. Has
Oh,
anybody,
yeah,
did
it's
anybody
bad.
watch Ad
I
Astra?
haven't.
So let me
Romeo's-
tell you the plot. Nothing.
It's Apocalypse Now if it was in space and way worse and really boring. Yeah, it had Brad Pitt in it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what was the one about the two that wake up mid space?
Passengers?
I watched all of 30 seconds and I gave up.
Oh.
I didn't like it. Is that a common thing or no? Okay, it was a trash movie.
Superman goes to space and Batman be Superman.
Great movie. I don't remember. Unfortunately, all
Not a
of the
great
Superman movies with Batman kind of just merged into one for me in my
There's
head.
only one.
I did watch that one in theaters. So
Yeah.
I was there. Elementary school.
Oh, Project Hail Mary. Have you guys seen it? I've been trying to get my
have
roommates to
not.
go with me. No one wants to watch it with me. If someone wants to watch it with me,
I
let me
will
know.
watch it with you.
Thank you. Because I'm trying to watch it in IMAX and my friends are hating on me. So
I need
hit
to
up my
see it.
Instagram.
I need to see it. I'm excited.
Okay, we three can go.
Yeah.
Period.
It's been very hyped. Like,
Yeah.
and I get a little bit scared when that happens
Yeah.
because I'm like,
I will say
I'm gonna hate it.
I've gotten mixed reviews. I know a lot of people liked it, but a fellow sneak peeker did inform me that it's not all that. A couple of them, so I guess it's our decision
It's
to
just
make.
Interstellar's so good that I'm like, look,
Really?
good luck.
Really?
in my brain.
Have you watched it?
I have not watched.
Damn, so all four of us who haven't watched Project Hail Mary will go watch it and then talk about it
At some point, yeah.
soon. Yeah.
Right.
Well, congratulations to those 4 astronauts. Thank you.
We love you so
We
much.
love you. Let's go back to the moon, guys. Let's do it again.
Yes.
Let's not stop. Okay.
well,
That's all we got today, sneak peekers. It's rainy outside, but I hope it's not raining inside. Have a great one and enjoy your space day.
It's not raining on the moon.